Hello, coaches. We're going to discuss some problems and issues concerning the league, the draft, and of course the new, study that came out with the CTE injuries, brain injuries. Can y'all go ahead and elaborate on what y'all guys are doing to keep the league safe, your players safe, after these results came out?
Go ahead, Coach Espinoza.
Oh, okay. Well, we don't partake in this sarcastaball that we're playing. And I tell my players, first off, don't be a pansy. Okay, we hit with our heads up. We don't duck our head and hit them with the crown of our hat. We hit with our heads up. But we're also relentless, and we play dirty.
Coach Lampman, what is your team doing about the 99% of athletes that suffer with CTE disease after retirement?
Well, I tell you what, coaches. We're going to hit them in the mouth, and we're going to play smash mouth football all day long. We don't want no pussies on our team. Fact.
Coach Elke?
Well, I'll tell you, Coach, they sign a contract to play football. They make millions and millions of dollars. And if you think I'm worried about a millionaire, his brain's going to be mush when he's 90 years old, you're sadly mistaken. If they sign a contract and they're making millions, there's risks when you go be a logger. What if a tree falls on you and you die at 30? They don't make half as much as football players do. So I'll tell you, there's risks in every walk of life, and I'm not too concerned.
That's a great point. That's a great point, Coach Elke. Now let's go ahead and talk about the draft. Y'all guys, anything y'all want to open up and say? Coming about y'all's picks, or what other players are probably going to pick?
Coach Beaton.
Well, I'll tell you, I do have the number 1 overall pick, and I've had meetings with Le'Veon Smell recently, and we've had some good talks. I'd say if the draft were today, we would choose Mr. Bell.
Well, we've only spoke to 2 players about being the first-round pick, Odell and Julio. Both former players of mine, both former teammates who went off and won a championship together. They understand what would be expected of them, and let me tell you, they're both excited about the opportunity to come play with the San Francisco 69ers.
Coach, what do you think that they're doing? How do you decide between those 2 caliber players? I mean, you won a championship with both of them. How do you decide between Julio Jones and Odell Beckham to bring back to the 69er team?
Well, I don't know. Odell's been our lead team captain the past 2 years, and he's my best friend, my favorite player. But Julio is a baller too. And I just have to talk to my coaching staff through the headset and just figure out what we're going to do on draft night. We're going to either throw in the cards or not. Go with what we know or try to do something different.
Coach Feeler, we understand that you're targeting Antonio Brown. You had a second meeting with him in the office,
I did.
And he had some hurt feelings the first time. How did you? That was probably an awkward setting. What do you think about that?
Well, we invited Antonio back into our office, and I personally apologized to him for telling him calling him stinky and everything in front of his face. He is probably our top target to draft. It's between him and Julio. And Coach Lampman was saying Julio was ecstatic to join his team. Well, Julio was damn sure you can't even think right now. Julio wants to be a feeler. He wants to be a feeler. Now,
He doesn't.
he wants to be a feeler.
Well,
Well, we'll see about that. I got a pick before you.
Well, that doesn't matter what he wants, apparently.
He
what
wants
you
to be.
want.
He told me he wanted to be a feeler.
Well, I had the most recent meeting. He said, Coach, I'm all in for the organization of the 69ers. I want to win a championship.
Coach, I don't want to interrupt y'all's discussion on that
He
end
wants
of
to
it.
lose to Ethan again.
I really want to get y'all's opinion on Coach Hinkie. He's been quiet this entire draft.
Who?
Coach Hinkie.
Who cares?
We don't
He
talk
gets
about
last.
last place
He gets
teams.
last every year. He's like the Jacksonville Jaguars. No one cares what he's doing in the offseason. No one cares.
Coach Lampman, he does have the second pick in the overall draft. Do you think that he'll be?
blow it like he does every year?
Rob Gronkowski first pick.
Or Eddie Lacy. Like he's just stupid.
What are y'all's thoughts on the accusations of sources seeing him drinking himself into intoxication with David Johnson?
Do I have to repeat myself again?
That's a recruiting violation.
Who cares?
That's why we can't. David Johnson's going to have to fall a little bit.
That just makes so much sense. He's gonna make his player who he drafts first round drink himself to death and be out the season like he does
He
every
wants him
year.
to
He
be
goes out
depressed.
drinking with Rich. He's gonna go out and beat his wife up with Zeke Elliott, and then he's gonna go buy coke from Miles Austin. That's
Or-
what's gonna happen after that.
Or gain 100 pounds like Eddie Lacy.
That's what makes times go by a lot quicker and pleasanter. Is when you drink alcohol on Richard Hinkey's team.
Yeah, because they lose all
Yeah,
the
they
time.
lose
They
all
gotta
the time.
drown
You
the
gotta,
sorrow
you gotta
somehow.
Who
drink.
drives you to drink?
Yep.
I would
Shit,
drink
yes,
too.
What about Coach Gonzalez? You know, he won the championship this last year. What are your thoughts on him having the 5th overall pick in the draft this year?
Well, for the 100th time, Aaron Lampman has the 5th overall pick. Tony Gonzalez has the 6th goddamn overall pick, you lying fuck.
Forgive me,
You
Coach.
are fake news. What do you
Forgive
think
me,
of that?
coaches. That was my bad. What do y'all think about Coach Gonzalez being put in the worst position this draft, being the last
I don't
place?
think
That's
he's the
not
worst
the worst
position.
position.
He's got 2 picks in a row. He's got his game plan set.
Yeah, that's a pretty
He
damn
can
good
get
position.
receiver, running back, receiver. It's all back to back.
Do you think Coach Gonzalez poses as a threat this year in the 2017 season?
We
Everybody,
won't know until
everybody
we see
except
people's
Richie is a
teams.
threat.
Yeah.
Coach Elke, you seem a little tired in
Well,
this
you
process.
know, I've been practicing all day. That's why I'm wearing this hat. It just keeps me safe from the sun. I burn a little easily, so I had to, wear a hat.
Clearly, his organization don't care how they look. So if you're a flashy player, come to our team.
I don't know. I don't understand why he doesn't have an indoor facility like the Feelers.
Well,
We don't have to worry about the sun.
indoor facilities are for
Pussies.
pussies. So.
Yeah, well, gets the job done.
Obviously
Air
not.
conditioned.
You haven't won a
Air
championship yet?
Have less water breaks.
No wonder your team never wins and always hurt.
Back in
Have
the-
no
you
water.
have
Since
water.
they're so goddamn
Ethan, I don't know why you're
dehydrated.
talking.
Huh?
You can't even make it past the first round.
Yeah, I've got some work to do. All right.
I can't say shit to Aaron because he's already won the bagel.
I won the bagel.
Coach Lampman and Coach Elke, y'all guys will be playing each other 2 times this season. What are your thoughts? Who's going to come out with the most wins on that record here?
Well, our teams aren't even assembled yet, but I'm definitely gonna whip his ass. Okay, both times. That's not going out on a limb.
I second
or
that.
anything.
Coach Lampman, if Coach Elke beats you twice this year, do you think that you just, your team, your organization, your morale will just plummet?
No, because you, Coach Stout, lost all 3 games last
I'm
year.
not Coach Stallman. I'm a part of the media, and I'm asking questions. Would you please answer that question?
Okay, well, it couldn't be worse than Coach Stallman, who lost all 3 games to him last year.
3 games.
3 in a row.
I couldn't believe it.
Y'all's thoughts on Coach Stallman picking up Ezekiel Elliott? He had a couple meetings with him. Do you think he poses a threat this year in the 2017 draft?
Nothing's official until draft day.
He'll get 5th place again. Fucking sucks. I'll finally respect Coach Stallman once he beats me.
Will any of you players be targeting coaches? Be targeting Andrew Luck as your second string quarterback?
I will.
Shit, he's a good second string
He's a
quarterback.
good
I don't
stack it. Why
I'm not a big fan of his, but as a second stringer,
I want to draft Andrew Luck, so when I play Coach Dow, I want him to whoop his ass. I want Andrew Luck to be in there and smiling with his Nick beard blowing in the wind, scoring the last touchdown over Coach Stallman's defense. That's what I want to see.
Coaches, we got one more minute. We'll go ahead and wrap it up for this this talk tonight. Last closing remarks and thoughts.
Is there a question, or are you just asking if we have any
The floor is
questions?
open.
Um,
Any statements y'all would like to make to this upcoming draft? Any announcements on your official picks?
Nothing is official until Sunday.
Yes, sir. Except that Richie will get last.
That's
That's
just
official.
a given.
That's official.
that's a foreshadowing.
Andy
What's
Dalton
gonna happen?
is a terrible quarterback in fantasy and in real life, and
He's
that-
pretty good at fantasy
And-
last year. He was consistent as hell.
Who did he start for?
He didn't. He was
Oh.
someone's backup, and he'd get like.
I'm pretty sure I
18
had
points
him.
a week
I
every
probably
week.
had him like the second half of my season behind Brady and
Behind-
Andy Dalton, or not Andy Dalton,
Matt
Matt
Ryan.
Ryan.
This
Is he
dude
the
doesn't
third
even know
stringer?
who's on his
No, I had
team.
Roethlisberger.
You had 3 quarterbacks,
I
Coach
did.
Espinoza.
4.
I had 3.
If you had Andy,
He was
Dalton.
smart to hold on to him.
Roethlisberger.
If he got rid of him, it would have.
Roethlisberger's
and
guaranteed a feeler this year.
Well, that's a dumb pick.
You guarantee that you're gonna have to pick him pretty early.
I ain't gonna pick him early. He's gonna be
Well, then I'll pick
10th
him
round. I
before
don't
you, and
care.
I'll
You can
break
have
your
him.
guarantee.
waste your draft pick. I dare you.
I will.
But you guarantee.
We have 6 bench players. It don't matter who you get. Those
Yeah.
will change every goddamn
You're
week.
just telling me that was a stupid pick.
It will, but I'm gonna do it just to piss you
All
off.
right. Well, I'm gonna get Odell just to piss you
I
off.
don't care. I'm getting either him or Julio.